gravity, so we need to get the mass. If we can figure out the mass of the oil, then we can plug it into this equation and we can get it. So you see that? So we're working the problem from the backwards forward. So we need mass. Okay. So what do we have? We've got density, or we've got mass per volume, and we've also got volume. So how could we manipulate those two things together to get mass? Just with the units.
How many cubic centimeters are in a liter?
Cubic centimeter is a liter.
Yeah. No, cubic centimeter. 1,000. No. Yes, 1,000 cubic centimeters is a liter. But that itself doesn't get any units. We've got grams per centimeter, mass per volume, and volume. How do we take a mass per volume and a volume? Multiply, divide, add, divide, whatever. How do we manipulate those two sets of units together to get mass left? We've got a mass and a volume and a volume. So what do we have to do with those two sets of units to get mass? If we multiply them, the volumes will cancel out, won't they? And that's exactly the proper route. That's not always going to work. But think of it. This is how much is the mass per given volume, and we've got this much volume. It's like saying you got 12 eggs per carton and 3 cartons. How many eggs do you have? We got 12 eggs per carton and 3 cartons. So you got 36 eggs. That's the same thing. You got this much mass per volume and you got this much volume. You multiply them together, you're going to have so much mass left. So we can do that. So we got 0.89 gram per centimeter cubed times 5 liters. And that's going to give you so many grams. And of course, you're going to have to do a little conversion. I'm going to leave that to y'all. There's 1,000 cubic centimeters in a liter. You have to do that. That's going to give you the mass. Once you get the mass, you can stick it up here. Anybody remember? Let's reminder. What is gravity equal to? Anybody remember that one? 9.82 for metric meters per second squared. 9.82? 9.8.
Oh, yeah, I'm going for 9.81.
Yeah.
9.8.
I'm thinking U.S. customary, 9.8. And in U.S. customary, it's 32.2 feet per second squared. So depending on what units you're using, either 9.8 or 32.2. This one you're going to be in metric. And I'll give you one more hint on this problem that might throw you a loop. The way this is working out, you're going to end up with grams here, right? What's the definition of a Newton? And remember what a Newton is? It's a kilogram meter per second squared. Does everybody remember that from last class? Vaguely remember? So you're going to want to put this into kilograms probably before you stick it in here. That way you'll end up with newtons here. Because if you have grams times meter per second squared, you need to put that grams into kilograms so that you end up with newtons. Any other questions on homework? Any questions? Okay. Does that mean anything to anybody? Vaguely familiar? SOHCAHTOA. I have to say, I remember. I never do remember what it is. SOHCAHTOA. This is the way you relate angles and lengths and right